In the scorching summer of the second year of Zhongwu, the battlefield turned into a blazing inferno. At Shouting and Yiling, Lu Sun of Eastern Wu used fire and terrain to annihilate the Shu army. What had once been a massive force collapsed overnight. Hundreds of miles of camps were burned, soldiers fled in chaos, and cries filled the land. Liu Bei personally commanded the battle, but could not reverse the outcome. He retreated in defeat to Beidisheng, while Zhao Yun held the remnants together. Soon after, Ma Liang arrived and reported Zhuge Liang's earlier warnings against the campaign. Hearing this, Liu Bei was filled with regret. He admitted that ignoring Zhuge Liang had led to this disaster. Ashamed to return to Chengdu, he chose to remain in Beidisheng and turned it into Yong'an Palace. Then came even worse news: many veteran generals had died in battle. Liu Bei was devastated. When officials suggested punishing Huang Quan's family for surrendering to Wei, Liu Bei refused. He said Huang Quan had no choice and that the fault was his own, not Huang Quan's. This showed both his compassion and his deep sense of responsibility. Meanwhile, Huang Quan had arrived in Wei and was brought before Cao Pai. Cao Pai tested him, asking whether he wished to achieve greatness under a new ruler. Huang Quan wept and answered honestly. He had been cut off, unable to return, and only sought survival, not fame. His sincerity impressed Cao Pai, who offered him a high position, though Huang Quan declined. When rumors spread that his family had been executed, Huang Quan remained calm. He firmly believed Liu Bei understood him and would never harm his family. Even Cao Pai was moved by such unwavering trust. Cao Pai, eager to expand his power, asked Jiasu whether to attack Shu or Wu first. Jiasu advised patience, explaining that both states were strong and not easily defeated. Liu Yi agreed, pointing out that Wu's morale was high after victory. But Cao Pai ignored them and launched a three-pronged attack on Wu. Wu had already prepared defenses. Each Wei army was blocked by capable generals. Among them, Zhu Huan stood out the most. Though outnumbered, he remained calm, set a trap by feigning weakness, and lured the enemy forward. At the critical moment, ambush forces struck. Zhu Huan personally killed the enemy general, turning the battle instantly. All three Wei armies suffered heavy defeats. Combined with disease spreading through the troops, Cao Pai was forced to retreat in failure. Back in Beidisheng, Liu Bei's condition worsened day by day. Burdened by defeat and the deaths of Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, he fell gravely ill. He often drifted between memory and sorrow. One night, in flickering lamplight, he seemed to see the spirits of Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. They told him they would soon meet again. Realizing his end was near, Liu Bei summoned Zhuge Liang and Li Yan. Holding Zhuge Liang's hand, he expressed deep regret. He entrusted the young Lu Shan and the entire state to him. He also warned that Ma Su was unreliable and should not be heavily trusted. Then Liu Bei spoke words that would echo through history. He said Zhuge Liang's talent surpassed Cao Pai's tenfold. If Lu Shan could be guided, then support him. But if he proved incapable, Zhuge Liang could take his place. This was essentially offering him the throne. Zhuge Liang was shocked and immediately swore absolute loyalty. Liu Bei then instructed his sons to treat Zhuge Liang as their father, and entrusted Zhao Yun to protect Lu Shan. Soon after, Liu Bei passed away. After his death, Lu Shan ascended the throne, and all major affairs fell into Zhuge Liang's hands. Not long after, a shocking crisis emerged. Wei mobilized 5 armies to invade Shu from all directions. One force targeted Yangping Pass, another advanced toward Hanzhong, while others came from the south, the west, and even from allied tribal forces. The court was thrown into panic. The young Emperor Lu Shan was overwhelmed, and officials were terrified. Yet at this critical moment, Zhuge Liang remained unseen, claiming illness. When Lu Shan personally went to find him, he discovered Zhuge Liang calmly standing by a pond, watching fish. There was no sign of urgency, no tension, no fear. When questioned, Zhuge Liang calmly replied, "I am not watching fish. I am planning." He then revealed that 4 of the 5 threats had already been handled. Ma Chao was sent to guard the northwest, deterring the Chang forces. Wei Yan was deployed to confuse the southern tribes with deception. Meng Da's army had been destabilized through forged letters. Zhao Yin was holding Yangping Pass, exhausting Chao Zhen's advance. All 4 fronts had already been quietly neutralized. The entire court fell silent. Only one threat remained, Eastern Wu. Zhuge Liang explained that Wu would not act rashly. They were waiting to see the outcome of the other fronts. If Shu appeared stable, Wu would hesitate. Therefore, he proposed sending a skilled envoy to persuade Wu to withdraw. After observing the court, Zhuge Liang selected Deng Zhi. Deng Zhi boldly supported an alliance with Wu against Wei, exactly matching Zhuge Liang's strategy. With that, he was appointed as envoy and set off on a mission that would reshape the balance of the 3 kingdoms. Summary. This chapter marks a decisive transition, from the end of Liu Bei's era to the rise of Zhuge Liang's leadership. After the catastrophic defeat at Yiling, Liu Bei transforms from a confident emperor into a regretful and exhausted man. His death symbolizes the conclusion of Shu Han's founding phase. Qiao Pai, despite his ambition, repeatedly fails due to impatience and poor strategic judgment. This reinforces the reality that none of the 3 kingdoms can easily dominate the others. The true focus of this chapter is Zhuge Liang. Facing a seemingly overwhelming 5-pronged invasion, he remains calm and composed. Instead of reacting in panic, he plans ahead, quietly resolves 4 threats without battle, and uses diplomacy to neutralize the final one. This demonstrates not only military brilliance, but also political foresight and psychological control. At its core, this chapter is not just about warfare. It is about the transfer of power, the shift of an era, and how a single strategist stabilizes an entire nation at the edge of collapse. Knowledge points. 1. The Baidi City regency is heavily dramatized in the novel. Historically, Liu Bei did entrust Zhuge Liang with state affairs, but he never offered him the throne. It was a regency, assisting the young ruler, not a conditional transfer of power. 2. Liu Bei's warning about Ma Su does have historical basis. However, the novel exaggerates it into a prophetic moment, foreshadowing Ma Su's later failure at Jieting. 3. The 5-pronged invasion led by Qiao Pai is largely fictional. There was no such coordinated multi-front strategy in actual history, nor did Wu cooperate with Wei to attack Shu at this time. 4. Zhuge Liang resolving all 5 threats without battle is also a literary embellishment. In reality, the situation was far more complex and did not unfold with such perfect strategic control.